Hi, I'm Caroline Labor, and today I'm going to show you how you can keep yourself accountable for achieving your goals by setting up an activity plan and keeping track of your progress. In my previous goal setting series, we looked at how you can identify your key goals for the year and then assign target dates for these goals. And once you've done that, it's then time to work out what tasks you'll need to complete in order to accomplish these goals. Remember that what gets measured gets done, so it's critical that you record your progress and review it to ensure that you stay on track. There are various tools you can use to do this, and today I'm going to share with you a tracker that I've built in Microsoft Excel, and you can also save it as a Google Sheet to use on the go in cloud storage like Google Drive. So let's jump in and look at how you can set up your activity tracker. Once you've downloaded your activity tracker, it will open up in Microsoft Excel. And as you can see here, this tracker has been set up for the 2017 calendar year, and there's a section for each month of the year going through to December. Now you can always add more months to this tracker by simply copying the section above and then changing the dates, which we'll have a look at now. So if we start with January, I will just expand the January section, which you can do by clicking the little plus, or you can close it back up by clicking the minus. Okay, so if we expand January, then what you can see is that we have a top bar for the entire month of January. And so what I'd suggest is that you actually start by entering your monthly goals. And so I've got a few categories here. I've got mindset, I've got activities, and I've got wellness. And feel free to replace these with your own categories, but these are specific things that I track. And so what you want to do is add in your mindset, activity, and wellness goals for the entire month. So what's the key overall thing that you want to do? And in this example, I'm actually going to focus on wellness. And so if you have a specific goal targeted for a particular month, then what you might want to do to start with is actually enter that key goal as your starting point, and then you can work backwards from it. So as an example, if I wanted to focus on running as a fitness activity, and I was targeting to run 14 kilometers in the City to Surf that takes place in Sydney every year in August. So if this was your goal, what you would do is go down and find August and expand the August section. And I don't know the exact date for this year's City to Surf, but I'm going to guess that it's going to be on Sunday the 6th of August. So what I would do in the month of August is actually type in my City to Surf goal as my monthly goal, given that that's a major milestone. So in this case, I would enter complete the City to Surf fun run in 80 minutes. And on the actual date of the event, I would type in City to Surf fun run. Okay, so this has now given us an overall goal. And so what you would then do is scroll back up to your months and plan out what it is that you need to do to ensure that you reach that August goal. So I mentioned earlier that it's a 14 kilometer fun run. So what you might want to do if you're new to running is actually start planning out on a monthly basis how far you think you need to be running to be comfortable with the 14 kilometer fun run by August. So as a guide, we might start with a 2 kilometer run in March as our goal. And then in April, we might increase that to 4 kilometers. And so in July, we actually want to complete a 12 kilometer run in preparation for our 14Ks in August. And so you've really just got 2 more gaps to fill in. So we might take this one to 8Ks. So a little bit of a stretch from April. And then in June, we can shoot for a 10 kilometer run. So that's just an example of setting your monthly goals. And what you'll want to do in between is schedule in your runs. So you might choose to do 3 runs every week. And so as an example, let's say that we'll target a 1 kilometer run on Friday, a 1.5 kilometer run on Sunday, and a 2 kilometer run the following Tuesday, and so forth. And you can continue to complete this. And then the purpose of this tracker is for you to then update the status of whether you followed through on this or not. And so before you go to sleep on Friday or even first thing on Saturday, you can jump into your tracker and simply select the status of that activity. So if you didn't do it, you might want to pick not started. In progress doesn't really apply in this case, but ideally you want to have chosen complete. And if for any reason you didn't get to it, you can simply shift out your date. So you can use the basic copy and paste functions to move these targeted activities to a different date. And you'll find there's also a section here for notes. So if for any reason, as we mentioned, you didn't complete your run, you could put in a reason why, if that's important to you. Or you can say that you've rescheduled it to a different day, and that's entirely up to you. Now, my advice for using this tracker is that you actually don't plan your detailed activities too far in advance. So as you can see from our running goals, we've put in our monthly targets, and I would recommend doing that for each of your goal categories. However, I wouldn't necessarily suggest going through and filling out every single date in each month, because you'll just find that you end up redoing this. So I usually just focus on the current month, and that way you can evaluate your progress and actually work out whether the goals that you've set are realistic. And depending on your progress, you can either be more strict with yourself and try to stick to your goals, or you can actually adjust the time frame. So if you're finding that these runs are too close together, then you can simply spread it out and then reset something that works for you in a more effective way in April. So in terms of building up the discipline to do this, I suggest giving this a good go for your first month. So given that we're almost at the end of March, I would actually plan out a full month of activity for April. And then what you would do is decide how often you're going to review your progress. So you might want to do this weekly, or in some cases even daily, just depending on the interval of your milestones. So save down your activity tracker, give it a go, and then let me know how you get on with this. You can download your copy of my free activity tracker at the bottom of this article. If you'd like to look at more automated options, there are also online cloud-based tools such as Remember the Milk, which comes as both free and paid versions, depending on which features you'd like to have. And this also comes as an app so that you can review your tasks on the go. Another great tool that I recommend if you're working with a team is a piece of software called Teamwork. And again, this is cloud-based and it's a bit more sophisticated, and it allows you to create users, set up permissions and assign tasks to yourself and to other people. And you can also manage multiple projects within Teamwork. And this tool comes with an app as well, which allows you to set up, review, and mark off your tasks on the go. Whichever type of tool suits you best, the most important thing is actually to get the discipline in place, to plan out your tasks and then track your progress. And so my recommendation, if you're new to this, is to actually give it a go in my free activity tracker that you can download, and then you can decide whether you're ready to progress to the more sophisticated online options. If you're brand new to it, it can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming when you have alerts and notifications coming your way that you're not quite ready for. So trying it out in Excel first allows you to develop the habit before you start introducing reminders and notifications. If you have any questions or you need help getting started, feel free to leave me a comment below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. I'm Caroline Labor, and I hope you have a wonderful week.